Today's adventure, we're starting out in downtown Chatsworth, Georgia. Just a great way to kind of get me back in the groove of things since I've been out of commission. But also, it's my first vlog to kick off my 2025 season. And hello friends, Mr. Nomad Ben here. It is great to be back. I'm still in the healing process of recovery right now, but I don't have to wear the braces much anymore. I'll still wear it on occasions just so my back can feel a little more secure and feels better a little bit. But I'm still on the road to recovery as I'm filming this. It is March 2025, at the end of March, so April is coming among us very soon. But I just thought maybe I could go in an attempt to make a couple of vlogs to kind of get things going for the new year 2025 for my channel. So I thought, what if I just kind of took it a little easy and do a little small town exploration? So we are going to start out here in downtown Chatsworth. Right behind me is this beautiful mural of the Black Bear and of course Fort Mountain on its back in the views of Chatsworth. So we are going to start out here in downtown Chatsworth. I kind of want to show you guys the small updates happening here. But we are actually going to go down 411 highway and head towards Tennessee, because there's a couple of townships I would like to kind of run into and check out. And I thought this would be a great day. It's a beautiful day today. I'm feeling a lot better. So why don't we go ahead and just do a little bit of 411 driving, starting here in downtown Chatsworth. And here we go.
It's all about where you've been, Nomad Ben. Tell us all about the finer points of living in your traveling. Food, beer, history, nature quest. Every corner of us all to the great Midwest. Tell us all about where you've been, Nomad Ben.
Show off the better view of the Black Bear. Murray County, Georgia. Chatsworth, Georgia. Very beautiful looking bear. Like I said, you can see the mountain view on its back, the sunset, or really the glimmering of stars, and of course the forest at its feet. And a little hashtag which everybody in Murray County is trying to catch on to say, hashtag hurry to Murray. And we're gonna get some caffeine and some blueberry muffin at the Redeyed Rooster in a minute. Kind of show off the shaky mutt to kind of shout out to my friends here. I did a hot dog review last summer, early fall here. Very delicious hot dogs. I haven't had a bad hot dog with that Wiener War video, so they were all good, just want to say. But great dogs and great shakes here. They're very creative shakes. But when we were here last time, they were actually in the construction process of expanding more seating and stuff. So you got more seats here, and they got TV established right there. So a little more elbow room, so you don't have to be crammed in the little dining area, which they have a nice little setup here. But just more opportunity to kind of hang out with your friends in Murray County or all over Northwest Georgia. And of course, every time I'm here downtown Chatsworth, I like to support my friends here at the Redeyed Rooster to enjoy a good cup of coffee and a blueberry muffin here. So let's get a little caffeinated, a little blueberry muffined, and let's go enjoy our day. There's the Redeyed Rooster. I know I filmed in here before. Good coffee and good times. Great stuff on the menu. Of course, you got a picture of this Native American and Dolly Parton pillows. And another picture of Dolly in here. And who doesn't love Dolly Parton? We're going to make our way to downtown Ringgold one of these days and kind of show off a little Dolly Parton history. Let's go get ourselves a coffee. Well, here we are, friends, right outside the Redeyed Rooster. I got myself the Eyes Almas Latte. It's actually a combination of hazelnut and Irish cream. Considering I didn't really make a St. Patrick's Day vlog or anything, I did make a post out on my social media. But you know, just a little late St. Patrick's Day treat to enjoy a little bit of the Irish festivities, having a little Irish cream and hazelnut, and of course their delicious blueberry muffin. Alright, so the iced almonds latte, hazelnut, and Irish cream. Cheers, my friends. Really good flavors mixed together here. Creamy. Definitely can taste both flavors of Irish cream and hazelnut. Perfect combination. Blueberry muffin. Their blueberry muffins never disappoint here. Well, that was a very satisfying little treat to kick off my morning. The view of the courthouse right ahead of us. You know, I went there a long time ago to remember the veterans, and I reviewed a KFC sandwich. If it went down this direction in 52, we would have made our way to LJ this way. But we're not going to do a trip like that today, even though I have made a LJ adventure vlog a while back. We'll definitely have more adventures in the LJ Blue Ridge area. But we're going to make our way down 76, 2, and 52 this way, which will convert to Highway 411. So let's go back to the car. But there's something I want to show you guys on the other side of the Chatsworth Loan Company right over there. And of course the vault right here, the wine bar and tap room. I guess if Crowbar, if they left the grocery store and kind of established something, you got something similar like this. The little room too on the other side. Historical Wright Hotel. So this building here is what I wanted to show off to you guys before we make our little trek on 411. This is the Crown Craft Market. The owners of Redeyed Rooster created this establishment so that other small businesses could come here and sell merchandise. Great opportunity for great ways to get your name out there and set up shop. And I really wanted to be here for opening day, and I believe their opening day was either early March or late February, and I was doing some heavy recovery there. But I want to make a special vlog just for this place. As much I could walk right on in and vlog, but it needs to be a special vlog within itself. But it's an opportunity to have more to do in Murray County and right here in downtown Chatsworth. Well, you got L&J just literally on the other side of the mountain. Of course, Dalton, that direction. And as you can see, all this construction, like Murray County is growing. And right over here, the Shooters Golf Lounge, established 2025, got ourselves a golf simulator in here. It's not quite open yet, but it's definitely something on my bucket list because I know there's a lot of golf simulators opening up very soon. Well, they actually have been open. I know there's one in Morris Street in Dalton. I know there's one at the Crown at the Mill in Dalton. And then you got one here in Chatsworth. So, kind of a little tongue-tied what I was about to say there. But either way, these golf simulating places are opening up, which is really cool. I know it's something I could take my father to. He likes golf simulators. Well, anyway, this is like just little updates happening right here in downtown Chatsworth. And the things are things I've showed off before, but they're adding on to it in previous vlogs and adventures. So, just saying that things are expanding here in this little town. And as part of the 411 journey, we make our way over to what's left of Little Rome, the original location. Sadly, the building burnt down a long time ago, but eventually they made a new home and establishment in downtown Chatsworth. I've actually made a vlog in the past to give tribute to such a iconic restaurant that's been here and been a staple in Chatsworth, and people all over parts of L&J perhaps, but I know for a fact a lot of people in Whitfield, especially Dalton, have come here to eat. But now it's becoming the new home of already established barbecue joint Saucy Bones. I actually thought it was just a new restaurant like coming to Chatsworth, but then the locals had to kindly remind me that barbecue joint's been around for quite some time here in towns, but they're going to be moving into their new establishment right here, right where Little Rome used to be. I do also know the history that Helton Tire, Cold Helton's business in Dalton, was trying to buy this area and convert it to a tire shop, but the deals did not fall through, so the new home for Saucy Bones to be established. But however, Saucy Bones' original location, from what I've heard, is going to be converted into a Dunkin' Donuts. So we got a little progress there, bringing some favorite coffee to come to Chatsworth. So just we'll keep progress ready, and especially when this is already open, we're going to get a bite to eat at Saucy Bones, and of course give tribute to once again to Little Rome. Well, let's make our way further down. Let's make it to Eton. And here we are, friends, right off of 411 is the gateway to Eton, Georgia, gateway to the Cohutta Wilderness, as part of one of the biggest forests, perhaps in the United States, but definitely in the state of Georgia. We'll kind of get a little history of the old Federal Road, which it's all part of. And a little history of the old Federal Road here. I know we did a little old Federal Road trip a while back when I drove around North Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. But a little history of the old Federal Road. This highway follows closely to the course of the old Federal Road, the first vernacular and postal route to link Georgia and Tennessee to see across the Cherokee Nations. Informal permission to use the thoroughfare was granted by the Indians in 1803 and confirmed by a treaty in 1805, beginning on the southeast boundary of the Cherokees in the direction of Athens. So if we had time today, perhaps we would have made it just straight to Athens, but that Athens, Tennessee is, and also Athens, Georgia is definitely on my mind to do for this channel one day. But at Ramhurst, another branch ran by Spring Place and Rossville towards Nashville. The noted Van family of the Cherokee maintained a stage stop and stand near this spot. Of course, the Van house is a little bit that way, but all part of the family. But yeah, little old Federal Road history. Let's keep going. And here we are, friends, downtown of Eton, just this really tiny town or township right off of 411. Right here is the police, city hall, and street department. Looks like they really love their hunting here, because they got a little heads of some bucks in there. I drove right by it earlier, but right behind the 3235 or 25 building, right at the very edge over there, is a little ice cream drive-in joint. I think it's called Paul's Drive-In. I thought that was a nice little establishment for the people to enjoy some ice cream. And then you got Jack's just right over here, of course, Mapco and Eton Gas. I know there's a Dollar General Market on the other side. You got Drifters, landscaping, and looks like lawnmowers and tractors over there. Just your basically good things like that. But from what I've heard too, I believe a hotel is coming to this little town. It's just really cool to see something like this. Yeah, I just saw this over here on the other side of that digital building. Is that like a little gazebo? Let's go check it out. And it looks like the city of Eton has a little revolving advertisement sign. Like, visit Eton, Georgia. All the good things not to miss while you're here, driving through to the gateways to Cohutta Forest, the city of Eton. Looks like they do have something over here by the First National Community Bank. Well, I made it underneath this gazebo over here, but it looks like just more of just a little coverage for their fountain, which looks like it's deactivated. It could be a former well or something, perhaps, because it looks pretty deep in there. Because there's little drinking fountains over here. Like I said, Paul's Drive-In is just right over there. But look at this. We got a Jason Bergen advertisement for his real estate business right here in Eton. And this one is qualified to be your realtor. Just koala me, Jason Bergen. So if you guys would like to make your way down here and want to make Eton your home, or Chatsworth, or even Dalton be your home, just call Jason Bergen. And like I said, down there, 3295, not 3235, but right over there is Paul's Drive-In, a little ice cream and the eatery just right over there. As I'm making my way back to the cars, looks like we got some future trees going to be planted here. Like right here, in memory of Odell Engel. Looks like we got another tree going to be planted in somebody's honor right here. In memory of Wyatt A. Mullinax. Now let's see if these are growing trees here. Is there any memories based on these people here? Or they're just trees? No, I don't see any little memory stones on these trees. Well, I guess it's going to be something new right here at the First National Bank area. You know, here's something here right off of 411 I want to show off here in the little town of Eton. The Pleasant Valley Orchards Flea Market and Pleasant Valley Family Restaurant here. I've walked in there before. I had some questions to ask to the owners, or at least to the workers, because there's some history here that I'm going to do some more research on, but I want to show it off now and talk about it. But definitely a place I want to eat one of these days. It's like a 3-and-meat restaurant place. But it's beyond these little buildings here, and the other side, as you can see, we got ourselves an old Ferris wheel here in the entrance of the restaurant, and that property over there even has a tiny Ferris wheel over here. We'll get a better look at it as I'm walking towards it. Now here's an up close and personal look of the Ferris wheel here in Eton, Georgia. Just something really cool and very random in a little small town like this. Kind of get a view of the property here. Look like there's a little stage set up right over here. And I'm not sure, like I said, I'm still learning some history about this area of Georgia. So those who know more about Eton or the Chatsworth area when it comes to stuff like this, please leave in the comments below. But there's something I want to kind of share about this Ferris wheel. Now, like I said, I really don't know much history about this part of town, but this is a very old Ferris wheel, and I don't know where the Ferris wheel came from. And like I said, I would love to talk to the owners of the land and of this Ferris wheel if I could find some more history about it. For all I know, they just probably purchased it off of some auction. But earlier last year, like summertime of last year, really, almost a year ago, I did a project based on a theme park called Frontierlands that was on the top of Fort Mountain, just right behind me over here. Like more mid area of Fort Mountain, but you got great views of it. I highly recommend you guys check out the vlog. It's actually one of my favorite vlogs I've done. But when the park closed, I believe in 1973, of course they had to find ways to get rid of the rides. So is it a possibility? Is the question. Because I want to get confirmation from the owners. I don't want to go and spread rumors around or say it's true or not, but this might be something I have a hunch about, but I could be completely wrong. But could this possibly be the Ferris wheel that was at Frontierlands theme park that was in Chatsworth, Georgia? Could it possibly be? And if the owners, if you're watching this video, leave in the comments below, reach out to me through email, and maybe we'll get some food and we'll talk about the history of this Ferris wheel. But either way, I want to know where this Ferris wheel actually came from. But would it be cool if this Ferris wheel was the Ferris wheel from Frontierlands back in the 1970s? Like I said, I could be completely wrong, but however, I have a hunch, and I hope my hunch is correct. If not, it's still pretty cool. We have something like some Easter egg like this right off of 411. A little bit of fun Eton, Georgia history. Let's keep on going on 411, shall we? And it really makes me wonder if this Ferris wheel is still operational, or it can be operational if it's you got to get the wirings right, because I believe this could be a powerhouse right here. Or what if they kind of made this like a little fun area in the town of Eton. I'm kind of looking at this spot here. To me, it kind of looks like an old gem mining area where the kids would like dig up sand and find gemstones, because I could kind of see like how the pipe is and going to line up over there. You could probably put the rocks and sand and they could find gems. It kind of looks like that, but like I said, I could be completely wrong. But let's get going. Well, right here off of 411 in Grassy Street takes you to the heart of Crandall, Georgia. So I'll be honest with you, I did a little exploring before I started filming right here. There's really not much to explore because most of it is just residencies. But however, there is a Dollar General, a great source of progress right here in this little township. But on the other side of those trees is GE Appliances plant over there. Then I believe there's another business on the other side over here. So just like a little plants and a little bit of this and that. But if you go down Grassy Street, it'll take you on the other side where, according to the maps, would be downtown Crandall. But there's really nothing there. Like I said, it's just nothing but residencies. And there is a used tire shop down there, though. But however, if you keep going down from downtown Crandall and into the mountain, about 45 minutes to an hour, you'll get to Lake Congasaga and along some camping areas. But we're not going to do that today, but just kind of something to show off here. Not much going on except for this Dollar General right here in Crandall, Georgia. So right off of 411, I made it to the community of Cisco, Georgia, which is kind of an interesting way how people name the community. According to the Wikipedia page, the community name is shortened and altered by the name of Cis Cockburn, a local storekeeper that was back in the day. But before I talk about the significance of this little community, just between Crandall and Cisco, about 4 miles of driving, I really couldn't find a really good place to park and document. But I ran to the entrance of Cohutta Springs, which kind of leads into like more hiking in a youth camp area. And then also saw Georgia Ports as well, where all your goods come from the boats and trains, and they make it right here in northwest Georgia where they'll distribute the goods. And it looked really cool. I wish I could have pulled over and documented it, because they were moving the cranes around and all right off the trains, and you got to see the cranes do things. So it's actually pretty cool. But however, what makes this little community special is just right over here, right by a 411 and Highway 2, is this post office right here. Gotta zoom in here so you can tell, look how old this thing is. And I thought there was like an established train station here as well in Cisco, which there kind of was, but there really was never an established train station. But this post office has been in operation since 1881, that is old, and it's still in operation today. So little post office history. Of course, the trains will be over here too, so perhaps this is probably the old train station with the post office. You know how kind of Red Dead Redemption 2 has like a hybrid of post office and train station, so perhaps that's where it was back in the day. But now it's just your lowly post office here. But one of the oldest post offices right here in this town. But I also want to show off something here too, is this church, the Cisco Baptist Church. Now, I don't go to a Baptist church, but I always admire old churches and older buildings when it comes to Christianity or religious establishments, no matter what religion it is. So I wish I could find some history based on it, because the structure of the building and like how the stone on it, and then you could even see a little stained glass on it, like on the edges right here. Of course, there's the steeple. But this is a really cool old church. Kind of respect the tradition of the church. And look, they even got an owl guarding the entrance of the church. Now it makes me wonder, is this the Baptist church or the Church of Hogwarts? It could be both, for all I know. let's keep going. And right where I'm standing in 411, I'm on the border of the two states of Georgia and Tennessee. And not much is happening in this little town. If anything, this town is kind of run down and forgotten. There is a Tennga merch tile over here. As you can see, there's Bigfoot right over there. And just right over here is an abandoned gas station. Looks like nothing is happening over here. And then right behind me is a Dollar General, but there's something so sad about this Dollar General. So friends, this is the Dollar General right here in Tennga, Georgia that's actually closing. I have never seen a Dollar General actually close its doors like this before in person. Of course, there's a time for open and there's a time for permanent closure. But just usually when you see tiny towns like this, at least have a Dollar General. But I guess the Dollar General just didn't make it here in this little town of Tennga. So as I left Tennga, Georgia, and crossing into Tennessee, I came across a really cool old advertisement for Rock City. So I pulled over and I had to check this out and show it off for y'all. Gotta let the gimbal kind of do its magic. Right here, my friends, look at this old Rock City advertisement. See Rock City? Have a tweet time with your flock. That is a really cool little advertisement right off of 411. I wish I could find out what year the Bluebirds were for the Rock City barn advertisement. But I do know there are actual Rock City barns throughout Lookout Mountain area and perhaps Tennessee. But you can see at the top of the mountains and you'll see advertisement for See Rock City. Well, hey friends, so I decided to end the vlog right there in Tennga, Georgia, and Congasauga, Tennessee area, just like right on the border of the two states, because I didn't realize how much footage I actually recorded. So I thought it might be best to end just right at the border of the 411 journey, just as we enter Tennessee. So we covered basically from Chatsworth to very north Georgia, the Cisco Tennga area. We're going to start from Benton, Tennessee next week as I continue going down on 411. So as I'm editing this and doing more research, this series might take a little longer than I thought, considering the time and my recovery and all that. Like, my back is getting better. There are times that my back is killing me, so we might actually veer off from the 411 journey. I might do some local stuff within Dalton, the Chattanooga area, or still Chatsworth. Like I said, I would like to go to the Crown Market to do a special vlog for that, because that's a special place within itself. I kind of might want to go when the golf simulator opens, but it depends how my back is. I don't even know if I can swing a golf club right now. Like I said in my other vlog, my first thing my son asked me, can we go bowling, when I took the brace off. So I still have some little recovery left to do. I'm shopping for some physical therapy, just kind of waiting for a particular wellness center to get a hold of me so I could start getting back to the groove of things and back to going to the gym, because earlier this year I started going back to the gym. But anyway, I don't want to get onto that because this is not what this vlog is about my recovery and stuff, because I've covered all that in previous vlogs, and I just want to kind of get you guys up to speed in case you haven't watched them or not. So, so next week we are going to start from Benton, Tennessee, and make our way to Englewood, Tennessee. Then hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be able to make it from Englewood to Seymour, and then end it from Seymour to basically Pigeon Forge, or just right outside of Pigeon Forge. And that's basically the very starting or ending point, however you want to establish where did the 411 really start. And then eventually, as the year goes on, we're going to start from Chatsworth and make our way to Birmingham, Alabama. That is the goal for 2025 for some good content on this trip. So we ended part 1 in Tennga, Georgia, and Congasauga, Tennessee. And we're going to make our way from Congasauga, mainly Benton, and then we'll make it to Englewood, Tennessee, and then we'll kind of continue on from there on our 411 journey. We're finding some very interesting things, A lot of old history, a lot of abandonment. It's kind of sad though, but you know, that's kind of how Route 66 is if you kind of think about it. There's some interesting things on that side, but I wouldn't compare. This is the eastern Route 66 because Route 66 covered the good chunk of the Midwest and heading west southwest. And 411 just focuses on Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. So you start from like the Pigeon Forge area, just outside of Pigeon Forge, all the way to Birmingham. So, which we're starting from Chatsworth north in this particular series, and then eventually we'll end it from Chatsworth south, where we'll end in Birmingham, Alabama, in the future. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my first vlog in a very long time as we head north on 411. So if you guys enjoyed this particular vlog, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like doing so, and of course follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter. If you guys have any great ideas you guys think I should go eat, check out, or document, please email me at mrnomadben23@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next week as we journey from Congasauga, Benton to Englewood, Tennessee. I'll see you guys next week. I found it weird that you see the Liberty Baptist Church sign right over here, but there's no remnants of a church, unless there used to be a church right off of 411 over here in Tennessee, or maybe this was the old church. The Tennga Exxon, First Tennessee Lotto, and Waldrop's Construction. Maybe that was the little church, I don't know. But for all I know, that's just very interesting to find a church sign when there's literally no church buildings here.